Let's review Grammar Galaxy Mission Manual Protostar Volume 2. In this workbook, every chapter is reimagined into a mission. This workbook has 36 chapters or missions plus 2 final challenges or tests at the very end, and in total is 334 pages, 4 different units. And keep in mind that each workbook has an additional or supplemental workbook that is labeled as Grammar Galaxy Adventures in Language Arts. Every mission has the same format. It starts off with an official guardian mail, which explains the mission in every chapter based in a letter by the guardians of Grammar Galaxy, who try to save their father in the universe, and they're the same 4 siblings who will start every mission. Then, in step 1, are some usually easy true and false questions, or circle the answer, followed by 3 vocabulary words and definitions that will be revisited back in step 3. So step 2 is identifying something being referred or referenced to within the text, and step 3 is usually a fun activity such as writing an advertisement or writing a related story, or just fill in some blanks to help you understand what you just went over. And then you'll go ahead and review the vocabulary words that you went over in step 1. Then lastly, in step 4, or otherwise labeled as Advanced Guardians Only, is a thoughtful question that requires a lengthy written answer, such as a paragraph or more. And this is really to help your child remember, understand, and add some of their own thoughts to what they just went over. Now, as you go through this flip through with me, take a look at each mission's format, questions, and the course load. See if this will be a suitable fit for you and your homeschool child to do on a daily or weekly basis. You want to make sure that you select a curriculum that can be realistically completed in an academic school year. So at any given point that you feel is important in your learning experience, such as the challenges or tests, the reviews, vocabulary words, and some of the missions, feel free to take a pause to make sure that you get a good look at the details on each and every page to become familiar with this curriculum, to make sure it's something that you and your child can complete and enjoy on a regular basis. In this flip through, I'm going to share with you the pros, the cons, my child's experience, as well as my experience with this curriculum to help you make the proper decision for the next academic school year. Now let's go over the pros. Pro number 1 is it's engaging and interactive. This creative curriculum comes with a backstory, characters that you become familiar with, missions, and objectives. And this makes it fun and entertaining for any young homeschool learners with any type of learning style. They'll be engaged the entire year, and it's something that they will look forward to. I can count on it. And pro number 2 is it's budget friendly. One of the best parts of this curriculum as a parent is that the answers to the chapters or missions are printed and put directly behind each chapter in order. So there's no additional teacher's guides that need to be purchased or stored, which means less time looking up answers, trying to figure out the curriculum, or it just means also less books, and it's more budget friendly. So everything's easy peasy, it's open and go, which is perfect for the road. You don't have to bring any additional books unless you want to purchase the Grammar Galaxy Adventures in Language Arts, but you don't need to have it to make it through this core curriculum. So it covers everything that you need to cover in the academic school year right here in one book, which I love. Makes learning so much more easier and simplified. Let's talk about the cons. I only have really one, but I'm going to talk about 2 in case this may come across your mind, as it did mine, but I really didn't find a problem with it, but it's something to consider if you have older kids doing Galaxy grammar. So con number 1 is that this entire workbook is unfortunately black and white, other than the cover. Adding color would take this curriculum to the next level and really make it a magical experience for all learners to see pictures of the universe just hidden in some pages, vibrant colors. But keeping it black and white most likely is the reason why it is budget friendly and a more affordable curriculum. Con number 2 is that because the answers are printed in the back of every mission and chapter, it could make it easier for an older child to copy or look at the answers in the back of every mission if they're not completely confident in what they should be selecting or writing, which will hinder their learning in the process. But I do the homeschool reading and writing with my child side by side, so we have not had that problem in doing this curriculum. But it's something to look out if you have an independent learner or someone who just opens and goes and does their own a language arts program on their own. I haven't had that yet, but I'm confident that my son knows what he is going over each and every time that we are reading this curriculum. And now I'm going to address our experiences with Grammar Galaxy Protostar with both my son and I, what we liked, disliked, and any hurdles that we had to overcome together to get through this curriculum. For my son and I, this was our first time using Grammar Galaxy curriculum. And we did this in our homeschool as first timers, really trying to understand how to use this, which it was really simple. Whether you get the Language Arts Supplemental Worksheet booklet, it is not needed, but it can help if you need it. And everything is really easy to find. Some of the missions have optional but additional worksheets online with different activities, but the links are always readily handy, listed on the page in the designated mission. I can honestly say that my son absolutely loved doing this curriculum so much that language arts became his favorite subject, that he really excelled in both his assignments and yearly assessments. This workbook made him enthusiastic and excited to get the homeschool day started so much sometimes I would have to make it the last subject to help him finish his other coursework first, because we all know there are days and subjects that our homeschoolers feel like they're just dragging their feet to complete. So it was a blessing in disguise for me as a homeschool parent when we were able to complete this curriculum in a full academic year with ease. We didn't feel that we were rushed or had to juggle anything to complete this in a complete academic year. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.